Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Today I will tell you about my story Ramadan in this year. The story of Ramadan this time is quite different from previous years, where this Ramadan is the first Ramadan when I entered the lecture bench. What I previously spent my Ramadan at the Islamic boarding school has now changed. This year's Ramadan, I spent with my two boarding friends. There are Sinta and Arin. It was quite inconvenient to fast at the boarding house and I chose to cook. Because when I want to break my fast, in the afternoon, I have to shop and at dawn, I also have to get up early to cook. But there are times when I choose to just buy the side dishes and cook rice at the boarding house, usually because I'm lazy or occasionally want to try dishes that I can't cook. His days just went like that. No, but when fasting, me and two of my friends also read more of the Quran and pray Sunnah. Not only breaking fast with my boarding friends, but usually we have an iftar schedule with organizational friends and classmates. Until one day, it was my turn to break the fast with my organizational friends. But in the afternoon before breaking the fast, we first ran one of the work programs, namely studying the Quran together and reading it alternately. Then, when the Maghrib call to prayer has sounded, we decided to stop and prepare food for breaking the fast. I really remember the menu, which is rice with chicken and also fried ice. This was very fun because it was accompanied by lecture from various class leaders. This is an unforgettable moment. But unfortunately, not all of the members participate in breaking the fast together. There were some of them who chose to go home first or did not follow it from the start due to various obstacles. After it was enough, we did Maghrib prayer in congregation and then continue by telling stories about each other's experience. The Isha call to prayer has arrived. We immediately prepared for the Isha prayer and continue with the Tarawih prayer. When the prayer ended and closed with the intentions, after that many members decided to go home immediately because it was quite late. Actually, on the same day, my study program also held an iftar event together. But because of the notification from the organization that was given in advance, I finally decided to join the organization. Some friends from the same study program have also invited me to join, but I'm still with my first choice. I think on another occasion there will be a time where I can break my fast with friends from the same study program. Another fun day was the 22nd day of fasting, when one of my boarding friends invited me to go to his boss' house where he works and make a typical Eid cake, which previously my friend and I had shopped for the ingredients to make the cake. At first, I was awkward with the boss, but over time, I got used to it, and the boss was quite friendly and fun. At that time, we divided the tasks. Some made the dough, some prepared the molds, and so on. Then, after the dough is ready and it has been left to rest, the next activity is to print the cake. It is very satisfying. The nastar cake that has been weighed according to size and filled with pineapple jam that was made the previous day. Then, molds for snow princess cakes and other cakes. Finally, the time for the oven has come. The cakes are alternately put in until my hand accidentally hits the door of the oven. Because the oven used is a manual oven, all sides can be considered hot. However, I ignored the small accident. I was still excited to put the cakes in. After the cake is cooked, the next step is to put in the jar that has been provided. And for the snow princess cake, wrapped with powdered sugar first. Making cakes takes quite a long time, starting after noon until after Maghrib. And what makes us happier is that when the cake is considered delicious and in the right size. I don't even want to stop making the cake. After the cake was baked, my two friends and I said goodbye to the boss and went home. Arriving at the boarding house, I showered and rested while reading a novel. The next day, I said goodbye to my two friends to go home. After being escorted by my friends to the terminal, after a few minutes, my destination bus had arrived and I immediately got on my way home. At that time, I was picked up by my sister, and the bad thing that happened was when I left my jacket at the stop in which there was some money left over for the bus payment and my ATM card. Luckily, my ATM card has nothing in it because I had taken all that money before. I immediately asked my brother to confirm with the bank and asked him to block my ATM before things that are not desirable happen. The awaited day has arrived, namely the day when all Muslims are ordered to perform Eid prayers and afterward apologize. Likewise, I to my parents. There are not many words I can say. I just apologize and thank you for what my parents have given me. Previously, on the eve of Eid al-Fitr, because it was a tradition in my village, the children went around the village from one house to another to apologize. Especially if they get snacks or pocket money. It must be very fun. Meanwhile, on the first day, I went to my grandmother's house. Then the second day, I went to my auntie's house. In addition, when traveling around the house of relatives, eating is an obligation. In every house will be served various kinds of preparations. As a result, I was very full, And it was even more fun because eating was done together. However, I also feel this difference that it from year to year is getting quieter after the death of my grandmother. Even it feels like an ordinary day, only the first 3 days I can feel the real it. Sometimes, when it comes, I'm also a little nervous because in every Eid, many brothers and sisters will gather, and of course, they will ask questions like, "What job are you now? Where? When will you get married?" And some even say that, "Why do girls go to high school if in the end in the kitchen?" That's one of those words that pisses me off. I'm sorry if it's too much. I think is that enough? That's a story about Ramadan and it this year's. Not special, but quite memorable. Thank you.